I had a nasty head cold at about the time I was meant to be writing up this review for the first time. You can probably still hear the end of it in my voice. All I was really capable of doing at that time was laying on the lounge and listening to some music. So that's what I did. I grabbed the Audiophile LCD5 headphones and I plugged them into the balanced output of the FiiO M21 digital audio player here, and I just took a listen to Mood Swings by Marcus King. It was an experience. I think sometimes we get hung up chasing the most expensive and fancy gear that we can get. But the time I spent with the FiiO M21 and the Audiophile LCD5s proved that that's not always necessary. That doesn't mean that the FiiO M23, as one example, wouldn't have sounded even better, but I didn't once miss the higher level player from FiiO as I journeyed through the Mood Swings album. All of the sounds in every track were wonderfully separated, tonally balanced, and incredibly tactile. If you'd hidden the player from me and just let me listen, I never would have guessed that I was listening to a $330 device. Without a higher end point of comparison, the M21 sounded perfect. In addition to that, it can do so much. Basically, this little player is everything you could ever want it to be for just $330. And by the way, FiiO did send this to me for a review, but they've got no influence over what I'm going to say here. And for those of you that think that just because I'm saying positive things, this is obviously some sort of sponsored sales pitch review, you need to go watch a few of my other videos to understand that that's not always the case. If we're talking about FiiO products, go check out my S15 review and then decide if you think things are one-sided. For now though, talking more about the M21, in addition to being a great, affordable compact digital audio player, it also has an aesthetic gimmick that you might love. For now, let's talk just about the M21, a digital audio player device, or DAP. It's a perfect example of everything that FiiO is capable of in recent times. It's compact, it's beautifully built, it has incredible features and versatility, and most importantly, it sounds great. I don't normally like to start reviews with a list of features and functions, but I think in this case it's actually very relevant and appropriate. It'll illustrate to you why I think the M21 is so impressive. Remember, this is a $330 player. That means it can store your music on the device, in the microSD slot here, with up to a 2TB microSD card being accepted. Or, if you don't want to carry around a microSD card full of tracks, so long as you've got Wi-Fi access from a phone hotspot or an office or home Wi-Fi setup, then you can just stream your music from the internet. It uses a custom Android operating system, and that means you can download any application you like from the Google Play Store, meaning you've got access to Spotify, Qobuz, Tidal, Amazon Music, Apple Music, and all of the other slightly more obscure ones too. On top of that, whatever you do load onto the M21 is going to play back the audio without being degraded by any of Android's normal audio shenanigans. That already sounds like a great list, but on top of that, the M21 can also work as a USB-based DAC and headphone amp, so you could just connect it to your laptop or your computer at work and run your music from there into this one. And then there's the battery life. You can run the M21 for nearly 12 hours per charge using the balanced outputs, or balanced output, I should say. There's only one of them. And you can get a little bit more battery life if you use the single-ended output, which is a 3.5mm versus the 4.4mm balanced, but it is worth knowing that the sound quality does drop off just a little bit from the 3.5mm plug. On that note, the balanced output is good for a whopping 720 milliwatts into 32ohm headphones. And of course, that's fairly modest if we're talking about desktop-type devices, but remember, this is a compact portable unit. And then if we're speaking about desktop-style systems, there is also desktop mode on the M21. To do that, you flick a switch and you plug in external power, and now the M21 can give you 950 milliwatts of power into 32ohm headphones, which is properly impressive. Desktop mode will also bypass the internal battery on the M21, meaning that you can listen to it in that mode without degrading the battery quality for the long term. So for instance, you might use the M21 on your commute to work and then plug it in at work in desktop mode. You're not going to be killing the battery if you're listening to it for 8 hours a day in that desktop setup. And so now the list is getting really impressive. It can do a lot of things, but we're still not done. The M21 can also both receive and transmit Bluetooth audio. It'll transmit all the different codecs, including high-quality aptX codecs and LDAC. So if you've got a pair of wireless headphones or earphones, the M21 can be your source for those and maintain maximum sound quality. Or it can receive Bluetooth streaming from, say, a computer or a smartphone, but on this occasion it's going to be limited to SBC, AAC, and LDAC. For some reason, there's no aptX when you're receiving Bluetooth, but you do have LDAC, and most smartphones these days will be able to transmit in LDAC. Or if you're one of those people that's either streaming from a computer or you have a smartphone like an Apple phone that doesn't do LDAC, there is a solution for that one coming up very soon on the channel for review, so make sure you subscribe because it's very simple, it's relatively affordable, and it's a total game changer. So hit the subscribe button, don't miss that one. And so what we have now is this fantastic compact portable player that will store your music, stream your music. It'll be a USB DAC if you want to. It'll transmit Bluetooth audio to your headphones, or it'll receive Bluetooth headphone and then use a pair of wired headphones if that's how you prefer to use it. And yet, we're still not finished on what the M21 can do. I know it seems ridiculous, but there's more. If you feel like using the M21 as a premium audio transport, you can just use it to move your files around and send them out through either the USB socket on the bottom or one of the outputs on the top, the 3.5mm, can also be a coaxial output. And so you can take this to somewhere that you've got a high-end DAC or maybe an AV receiver and send all your music from the M21 onto your external audio system. Alternatively, you can use both the 3.5mm and or the 4.4mm outputs to send a line output level to something like a speaker amp and a pair of speakers, or straight to a pair of active speakers if you want to. And so we are now finally at the end of the list of features and functions, and it's worth noting that some of those features and functions, or maybe all of them, won't be unfamiliar to you if you've looked at premium audio players before, as in portable audio players. What I think is amazing though is to have all these features crammed into a tiny device for $330. That's what surprised me. I know that some other players on the market at similar price and size might have some of the features, maybe all the features that the M21 does. And you can let us know in the comments down below if there's another portable device that you think has all the same features at about the same price. But what's amazing here is that there's still a bit more about the M21 that separates it, I think, from the rest of the crowd. Before I get to those though, I want to really quickly mention today's video sponsor, and that's Deconi Audio. If you need new ear tips for your IEMs, replacement ear pads for your headphones, or carry cases for your headphones, Deconi Audio have all of those things and more. They also have a great new headphone cable system known as the Ensemble cables. There are now 3 types of wires to choose from in the Ensemble cable range, and some new headphone connectors too. And the best part is you can have 10% off any and all of these things over at Deconi Audio. All you need to do is go to deconiaudio.com and use the code PassionForSound10 at the checkout. So head over there to deconiaudio.com, pick up whatever you need, use the discount code to get 10% off anything that you choose to buy, and up your audio game today. Now let's get back to the M21. We'll talk a little bit more about how it sounds, and then I'll tell you about that extra feature that I don't love, but you just might. Inside the M21 is a quad DAC setup, or a 4-chip DAC setup using the Cirrus Logic CS43198 DAC chips. These multi-chip Cirrus Logic designs tend to make great sound, and that is true with the M21 as well. It produces a sound that is both smooth and detailed, especially if we're considering it in the context of a very affordable portable audio player. It doesn't quite reach the levels of the more expensive FiiO M23 portable player, but it is incredibly enjoyable at the price, and that's the key. Most importantly, the sense of separation of sounds, the layering of sounds in the soundstage, and the sense of tactility from the M21 are just brilliant. And what I mean by tactility is the ability to hear the exact moments that a guitar is strummed. Those leading edges of transients, as they're often called. Those are the things that really make the music come to life from the M21 and similar performing devices. And it's not something you often hear on a device at this level. The M21 just does everything right and then some for an affordable audio player. With its ability to deliver that sort of sound quality from any app that you want to run on it, you can enjoy your music from Apple Music, Amazon Music, Cobas, Tidal, Spotify, etc. with some of the very best sound quality you're likely to get anywhere for that price. And speaking of that sound quality, it was important to me to understand just how good the M21 was, again, at its price. And I happen to also have FiiO's QX13 dongle in for review. It costs about as much as the M21 does, but the QX13 is just a dongle. In other words, it's a USB DAC and headphone amp with none of the other features. It won't stream music, it can't transport the music on some sort of micro SD card type setup, and it has no ability to do Bluetooth receiving or sending either. It's just a simple DAC and headphone amp. I figured, given that the QX13 costs about the same as the M21, that it would deliver much better sound quality because all it's doing for the price is decoding the audio and amplifying the signal. Surely, if all of your money is going towards just those two functions, it's going to sound better than the M21, which is doing so much more as well. And the QX13, which is this little guy here, does deliver better performance in some ways, but maybe not how you'd expect. For this testing, I used the M21 playing direct to my earphones and headphones, as well as using it to then output a USB feed into the QX13. So I was able to keep the source device always being the M21 and just change whether the DAC and the headphone amp was the built-in one or whether it was the QX13. When using the QX13, I found that the sound became a little bit more resolving or a little bit more detailed, you could say, and I felt like the QX13 was extracting just a little bit more of the very finest details in the sound with its ES9027 Pro DAC chip. However, it was also producing a less spacious sound. As I went back and forth many times between these two, something interesting occurred to me. I think technically the QX13 is probably the superior device if you're measuring sound quality on absolute detail retrieval. However, I was consistently enjoying more the sound from the M21. And it wasn't far behind in detail, we're talking a few percent, but it was not quite as good on detail and yet better on enjoyment. The way the M21 creates a sense of depth and layering in the sound allowed me to more easily mentally wander around the soundstage to explore where each instrument was within the mix. To me, that's a more preferable characteristic than the finest levels of detail coming out of each sound. And as I said before, the differences in resolution were hardly massive. By the time I was done swapping back and forth, all I wanted to do was unplug the QX13, which is excellent, but unplug the QX13, plug directly into the M21, put on the LCD5s, lay my head back, and just enjoy the music. That was the combination where I was enjoying the music the most. And to me, that told me everything that I needed to know about which product I preferred. But that was just about what I wanted to know. There is something else that you might want to know. Before we move on to that though, I can't stress enough, do not write off the QX13 dongle from what I've just talked about. It is still amazing. It's one of the most beautifully designed dongles I've ever come across. It's all made of carbon fiber and feels and looks amazing, and it does sound great too. If you're after a dongle, you want to see the video of this one, make sure you subscribe. But coming back now to the focus of this review and the M21, let me tell you about the thing that really differentiates this from, I think, any other player on the market. If you love the retro experience of using cassettes, the M21 can give you a little taste of that. This optional cover for the M21 turns it into a cassette player. At least a digital cassette player. The case seems to retail for about $30 US, but pricing did vary significantly depending on where I looked. As you can see, the case is fairly basic. It has a series of cassette player-like buttons along one side, a flip-open front cover, a couple of holes in the back where you can push out the player when you want to take it out, and then holes for your headphone sockets at the top, and various inputs and outputs down the bottom. Where the magic happens is not the case itself, it's in the M21 software. There are a few little contacts inside the case, and those are going to connect to some little contacts where my little finger is up on the M21. When you put the two together, the M21 knows that it's in the case now, and that's going to automatically trigger a cassette graphic on the screen of the M21 that moves when you play and stops when you pause. The label on the cassette graphic also uses the artwork, the album artwork from whatever you're listening to, and so it means that the cassettes look kind of like the real thing too. I think it's a really cute and fun idea for those that love cassettes in particular, but I personally would never use it. Part of the reason for that is that I am not personally drawn towards cassettes as a medium, at least not if I don't get to physically handle the cassette. If I'm going to use a cassette, I want to hear and feel the rattles and clicks as it slides into the grooves inside the player. A digital reproduction of the look of a cassette doesn't really give me the feels. And on top of that, I'm not a fan of the fact that you then have to exit cassette mode, open the case, and then interact with the player normally every time you want to change albums or tracks. Obviously, you can skip tracks using the buttons on the case throughout a playlist or an album, whatever you've chosen to play. But my point is, when you want to make any changes, it feels just a little bit clumsy to me. I don't see that there's a better way they could have done it. There's no alternative that I can think of. But it just kind of breaks the immersion in the idea of using a cassette player, for me at least. And by the way, if you are somebody that does like the idea of cassette mode on the M21, then it's very easy to come and go from that mode by pressing and holding the red button on the case. You press and you hold, it goes to cassette mode. You press and hold again and it exits back to kind of your normal Android mode. And so for the relatively small price, I do think the cassette case is a fun idea, and I can see many people really loving the experience, even if I'm not one of them. For me, it was an unnecessary addition, and I say that because I didn't need anything extra to help me fall in love with the M21. I was already head over heels in love with it just from its ability to perform so well and have such a wide feature set. And so whilst the M21 is not my go-to player of choice now, it's only because something like the M23 from FiiO exists. In almost all other situations, I could see the M21 being my absolute go-to player of choice, because it's not about necessarily the maximum technical performance, so much as just pure enjoyment in a compact, well-designed and sleek-looking device. And so I think FiiO have smashed another device absolutely out of the park with the M21, and it's a product that I'm going to highly recommend to anybody needing a portable audio device. I'll put some links in the description down below where you can grab one for yourself if you're after it. Or of course, if you are looking for a portable player, that's even better again, and you're happy to carry something a little bit bigger and spend a bit more money on it, then I've pinned a video here at the end to my actual go-to player of choice, the FiiO M23. It's absolutely astounding. It's replaced every other portable device in my collection because it's just brilliant. So watch that video next. But for now, a huge thanks to YouTube channel members, also to channel Patreon members, and of course to those of you who leave super thanks on videos like this one. And until next time, happy listening, be kind to each other, and I'll see you here again soon on Passion for Sound.